The Empire in Star Wars isn't always the most feared, but with entries like Andor and now Bad Batch Season 3, is this actually changing? Welcome to Star Wars Uplink. So there wasn't a whole lot in terms of like big groundbreaking changes and huge revelations in the 4th episode of Bad Batch Season 3, but I thought it was still enjoyable.
Oh yeah, that was super fun watch, I would say.
It's classic animated Star Wars episode.
I mean, they're going to leave you on a cliffhanger. They're going to just take you through a motion of like get from point A to point B or point A to point C through point B. I mean, that's just the classic.
But while we didn't get anything groundbreaking, I think we got a better look at how impactful the Empire can actually be, and showcasing some of the corruption of the Empire throughout the galaxy. Because yes, you're gonna have people that are like good old Cyril Karn with his dedication to what the Empire should be and his specific views of the Empire. But generally, a lot of people are going to just, no matter what the role is, they're going to try to find the role that gives them the most power to gain some kind of control. I think it's especially good to see in Bad Batch. I don't think like we've had this feeling of the Empire's presence as much as we did in this one episode. I think it was really just cool to see us jumping into this new planet, just totally out of the middle of nowhere, and we're going to a port, and they're everywhere. They are literally everywhere. Like every single, like Empire land.
Yeah, this isn't just they're looking for them. This is just normal.
This isn't, and it's also not Rebels. Empire land.
Yeah.
In Rebels, the planet that they're on, it's Empire controlled. Lothal is like the big focus there. But the Empire are just kind of there. They aren't like specifically ominous, and it's played into that direction for sure. This one definitely felt like every corner you turned, every house, everything had some kind of Imperial presence around it.
And I just really don't think we've seen that in, especially the animated space. Normally it's more of like a lack of proficiency whenever you see anything
they're bumping their heads on the door kind of thing.
Yeah, they're just kind of bubbling around. They're not like trained. They're not, they're just doing a job sort of thing. So it's really neat to just find ourselves on this random planet, and it's actually maintained. It's actually, there's things going on, and there's a system into it, and it's actually like working. It also shows just, yes, they've got the plan working, but also like how quickly they're able to really move things forward. But I also appreciate just how this is very recently after the move to stormtroopers away from clones. Right. Yeah.
So there's almost even like it plays into this idea that the stormtroopers, the ones that applied to be stormtroopers, are the ones that are going to take things most seriously. And it is very soon after this decision to step away from clones. So I think it's very interesting from that perspective too, to say, hey, yes, we do have Mount Tantus here. Yes, it is a heavy Imperial research facility, but it also has to be secretive too. Like not everyone can know that.
Right.
And you also have that whole piece of like Empire is changing. We're going away from this belief that clones need to be the big focus, at least in terms of the army. And now we have this big focus of Palpatine changing his strategy to work for him. And ultimately, I think the main piece that Palpatine's playing with here is to keep people away from clones. While he works on it, he doesn't want people thinking about cloning.
Oh, I like that.
Right?
I didn't think of it. Yeah, no, I would think that's true. Like, it's definitely a push towards, like, cloning's bad sort of thing, so that I can do it on my free time. It's a misdirection, in a way.
It's like, hey, guys, clones, they're kind of old-fashioned here.
They're going out of style.
They were fine for the purpose that we needed them in, but now that we're out of that, now that we don't have this war, now that we aren't fighting against droids, we don't need this type of warrior anymore. We need the humans again, and humans are better. Clones don't even talk about that right now. Clones, haven't heard of them.
Yeah, I think there is something else to say, especially with this being a new transition, that there would be an extra patriotism almost towards the Empire in this way, to be like, yes, I can finally do something for my Empire or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I think there would be this like push for that kind of thing. I mean, the propaganda must be going crazy with this stuff. I mean, you know. And this would just being like a fresh batch of recruits sort of thing just seems like this is probably when they had like the most chokehold on people as far as like get these soldiers in here sort of thing.
And I've seen people complaining about them continuing to just flesh out the same time periods, but I think that it's good to see this side of the time period, because we've seen a lot of like the casual kind of side to the Empire in this time frame, but we haven't really seen the deeper side. We haven't seen Empire as this feared entity. It's very much been, oh, they boop their heads and they're kind of easy and they're cannon fodder, and we're gonna mow them down. Like, we don't have to worry about this. They're just there to add texture. Like, no. And ever since Andor, I feel like there's been this want, at least from me, for more of this like weight to the Empire. I think there's a lot of potential for the Empire to be this feared thing, for these characters and pieces, and like some of the most intense scenes about the Empire was a single TIE fighter, showcasing that the scale of the Empire is immense, and as just a regular person, you are going to feel that weight entirely on you.
Yeah. As far as the episode goes, for the Bad Batch, I actually really appreciated how quickly they got information.
Yes.
It
wasn't
officer,
just like they were like playing dumb the whole time.
Wait, what? Who are you guys? No, it was like, I don't know. I feel like we've seen this with the officers before, where it's like, okay, yeah, they're just abusing their power. Yeah, but no, like, he heard about the shuttle. He kind of has a suspicion about these newcomers, and then immediately they're going after the dog.
Yeah.
I guess we'll call it
alien equivalent of the dog.
Alien equivalent. And it is like, oh no, I know exactly who you guys are. Like, that was actually really refreshing to see. It's like, yeah, you would be getting this information. If you're on your game, you know what's going on.
Yeah. And I think it played with that specific Imperial Guard's character that he was noticing. He wasn't the dumb guffoon or whatever. He was the person that's wielding the power very strategically for him to remain in control of the situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is very good to see this kind of the Empire. So hopefully we get more pieces of this. I definitely think that this season is going to be more Empire specific, and obviously dive deeper into this idea of the clones. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes in the future, because there's definitely some potential there. But let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, check out our podcast, and may the Force be with you.